Triggers are a way for us to execute our code within a layer, and I want to show you how we can access them and how we can set triggers up. So here I am inside of a layer that I have selected from my workspace. So inside of this layer, what we can do is we will click on this develop icon to the left, and what this will give us is this interface. If your interface doesn't look like this, these options are available at the bottom of the screen, and the important one for this video is the trigger one. So make sure you have that open by clicking the lightning bolt if it isn't highlighted, and that should open the trigger system. You see that this is a Flask application and we already have a trigger set up, but I want to show you how we can set up a new one from scratch. To do that, we'll click on this plus icon at the top of the panel. We have a few options for different triggers. A cron trigger is a time-based automation that we can have something execute on a time frequency. A deploy trigger is one that we can use to serve an application, and an HTTP trigger provides us an endpoint, so when a user hits an endpoint, we can do some type of execution. In this example, we have an application that we want to run as a server, so we can use the deploy trigger. We will click on deploy, and you see that we can name our trigger. We're provided an endpoint that we can use, and our command to run will just be the execution of our code. This execution just depends on the type of server that you want to set up. For this specific server, we're using a Flask server, so we have a Flask specific command. If you're using a different service and you want to know the command to use, there will be a full list in our documentation that will be linked down below. And our port setting will just match our command to run, and we will click on test. And that's all it takes to set up triggers within the WayScript system.